Now, what do you need to start seeds indoors? Let's take a look. First off, you're going to need some trays or something to grow your seedlings in. I like to use the Jiffy trays that are pictured here. And the containers, I've bought these all from the dollar store. I think you get 5 for $1 or something like that. I'll buy the smallest ones that I can to start out with, and then as seedlings grow, I'll transplant them up. Now you'll also need some lids. You won't need as many lids as trays, because as soon as the seedlings come up, we're going to take those trays or the lids off and let the seedlings breathe. Of course, you're going to need the seed varieties that you want, anything that you do want to plant. For me, it's primarily vegetables, but I do plant some spices as well, and flowers for the wife. As far as growing media goes, you can make your own. I prefer to use Pro Mix, the one that has the mycorrhizae added. This year I'm trying something new. I'm going with the Coco Coir version because it is sustainable. So I'm pretty excited to try this stuff out. I haven't even opened the bag to see what it looks like inside. Now, some bonus material here. You don't need to get a heat mat, although it's going to improve your germination. Now, there's a bit of a double-edged sword to this thing here. If you just use the heat mat, plug it in, and it's supposed to work like that, but I found it makes my trays way too hot and my germination rate actually goes down. So what I've done here is, I'll show you, I've got the controller, and I'll put a link down to it below, that I bought off of Amazon, and they're cheap. I think they're like 20 bucks. But it controls and regulates the temperature inside that tray to exactly what I want for seed germination. The temp I like is 25.5 Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And that seems to be a pretty good range for just about anything. I haven't had to change it for anything, and I've had extremely good success with my seedlings coming up. As you can see here, this is with no heat on, the temperature inside, and this is during the day, so there is a light source on above it, and it actually holds it right close to that 25.5. Now if I just take and plug that tray in, you'll see the temperature is way higher, 31 plus degrees Celsius, which is just way too warm to start seedlings. Hence the temperature regulation, so that's why I've decided to go that way. Will a sunny window work? Absolutely, for sure. You can do just a sunny window or a nice warm place inside the house to start your seedlings. This is just a little bit more of a, I guess, controlled environment. As far as lighting goes, you can use CFLs. In my nursery area of the house here, I just use compact fluorescent lights, and they're just 6500 Kelvin temperature, and I'll run them for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Now if you don't mind spending a little bit more to get a really good quality light, I'm using these Blurple fluorescent. As soon as the seedlings get a little bit bigger, they'll go right underneath the big lights. And the reason why I like these lights is twofold. I've got less leggy seedlings. I find with CFLs you have to have them really close for them to be effective. And I also find the plants transition better when I take them outside. So I do like that. I've had very good success with these lights. Overall, I also feel they're more energy efficient, the LEDs. One of these, they're called 1600 watt lights, but they actually only use, I think it's 330 watts. I've measured them before. For me to provide the same quality of light from the CFLs that I would get from that fluorescent LED light, I would need way more wattage for the same coverage area. And the funny thing about CFLs is, as soon as you go a little bit away from that light, the quality of light tapers off dramatically. So having a higher quality light from the LED fluorescent Blurple lights, I mean, they suck to look at. That's about the only downside of these things. You typically have to take, once you want to move your plants outside, maybe put them out for an hour, and then 2 hours, 3 hours, etc., until you kind of acclimate the plant to outside. I have taken plants right from these lights, planted them outside, no transition, and noticed no difference on the plant at all. They did not care even a bit. Whereas if you do that with a CFL plant, or a plant that's grown underneath a CFL, plant that right in the garden, you'll probably burn it off and kill it. So, food for thought. I like the LED lights. I feel like I get a better quality plant, thicker stems, less leggy seedlings, and that's what the way I decide to go. If you've got a bright sunny window, is it enough? Probably not. Actually, I can tell you right out, it's not going to be enough. It never is. Your seedlings are going to get leggy, so if you can supplement them with some kind of artificial lighting, you're just going to have a better quality plant when it comes to taking your seedlings outside. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me along as we take these plants right from seeds and plant them outside and get them going in the garden.